Hey everyone, and welcome to day 28 of my horror movie review marathon, and I've got your Night Monster 1942 movie review. Bodies are dropping all over the place. So, who done it? So as far as the story goes, released in 1942 and directed by Ford Beebe, this movie was a mix of horror, mystery, and suspense that leaves you guessing till the very end when a rich guy has all of these doctors invited over to his house, and then suddenly everyone is dying left and right, making everyone suspicious of who is committing these acts, especially when there are ramblings of a blood spot on the floor and everyone is running around scared. Yet the first half of the movie starts off really slow, and it takes a while for it to actually pick up some of the action in this movie, and the atmosphere does feel dark and spooky like your typical Universal movie would. And I have been impressed with a lot of Universal movies, and I feel like they're like some of my favorites, especially ones from way back in the day. And this is a black and white movie that really tries to find its way of standing out above all of the rest. And it is very different as well because it doesn't exactly showcase this, typical movie monster that you would see, even though the movie's title is Night Monster. So that's where the mystery comes in. Now, as far as the casting goes, of course, I only wanted to see this movie for one person and one person only. Someone who is definitely a veteran with these Universal movies. Bela Lugosi, who plays Dracula, is coming into this movie and is one of many interesting characters that have a lot of very diverse personalities, their own character traits that are unique, and he, I guess, plays this butler, so it's a far cry from playing a vampire, but he's also very cool in this movie, and I'm not too impressed with anyone else in this movie, even though they don't really stand out to me. And I had a problem with their lack of reacting to some of the horrible things that were supposed to be going on in this movie, especially if people are dropping like flies. And instead I get a couple of screaming ladies without any real substance to the plot. So the things that I liked about this movie was that while I wasn't exactly scared watching this movie, there are some well shot, shocking moments in this movie where they added this abrupt tension where I was like, okay, this shot was really cool, and sometimes it makes me wonder, how did they do it? I mean, the filming style was pretty impressive, but definitely something I had previously seen in these types of movies, but it was still very cool nonetheless. Unfortunately, the things that I didn't really like about this movie was that some things were uninteresting to watch, and I didn't really like the story half of the time, where, not much is really going on until somebody is dying and then people are trying to figure out who it was. And it does make me feel bored at times to watch because I'm like, I want to know what's going to happen next. And sometimes I didn't have any expectations going into seeing this movie, but then I feel like I expected a lot more than what I got. So overall, I would say that this movie was pretty decent, especially for the first time seeing it. I don't know if I'd ever see it again, but I still think it was a pretty good movie. So I would recommend seeing this movie, whether or not you're a fan of the Universal monster movies. I still think Universal did a good job releasing this, so I would give this 3.5 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Night Monster 1942, and come back tomorrow for day 29 of my horror movie review marathon. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates coming every week for a Trail Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.